everybody. Welcome to SHOCKTOBERFEST 2021. I'm your host, Wildman Wes. For day 29, we've got a mixed review movie. Some people enjoy it, some people not so much. But either way, we're going to review it today. We're going to be talking about Rob Zombie's 2003 film, House of a Thousand Corpses. This is the first of the what's known as Firefly trilogy. The other two movies that have come out are The Devil's Rejects and recently Three from Hell. The last film, unfortunately, during filming, we lost Sid Haig, the man, the myth, the legend, Captain Spaulding. However, to honor his legacy, we're going to do a quick review of House of a Thousand Corpses today. So our story is about four people that are making a film and also writing a book on odd and obscure places to visit while traveling America. Their names are Billy, Jerry, Mary, and Denise. While they're going to get some gas, they stop at a place called Captain Spaulding's Fried Chicken and Gasoline. He also has a lot of obscure things regarding the macabre, serial killers, horror. So they decide they're going to check it out. And with one of the things that's there is a little thrill ride, a little roller coaster ride, if you will. Not necessarily going up any slopes or going down any hills, but just rolling through this little building, seeing a bunch of different serial killers of all time. Ed Gein being one of them, but however, the worst one of them all, Mr. Dr. Satan. And they say that he was hung from a tree, but his body was never found, and the tree is about a mile away from the shop. Well, of course, the four people, especially the two guys, Billy and Jerry, they want to go check it out. Well, as this is going on, another trope in horror movie magic is the flat tire. Oh man, does that ever happen? Oh, and then there's a hitchhiker too. So they pick up the hitchhiker, a flat tire, they get picked up and taken to the hitchhiker's house, and you meet a merry band of misfits. Oh, the Firefly family is an interesting people, I have to say so myself. Interesting enough to the point where they're not going to let these four people leave because they're hiding a big secret. They've been abducting people. Recently, they abducted a bunch of cheerleaders and they've been holding them hostage and mutilating them until certain death. As the movie progresses, Denise's father is wondering why he hasn't heard back from her, so he starts calling the police to maybe go investigate and track her phone to see if maybe they'll be able to find her. Well, two police officers and Denise's father show up at the Firefly house and notice that things aren't good at all and end up getting shot to death. Well, they're not the only ones that suffer in this one, especially when it comes down with a sudden case of death. Bill gets mutilated for art's sake. Let's see, Jerry gets partially scalped, Mary gets stabbed to death. Denise finds Jerry and they try to escape. However, unfortunately, Jerry gets vivisected and Denise is able to escape the hands of Dr. Satan himself. However, gets into a car with Captain Spaulding, passes out in the middle of the trip, only to wake up at Dr. Satan's office again. The rest is up to you. Now it's time to talk about things that I like and things that I don't like about the film. Now, when it comes to the things I don't like, I want to say that there's not much. I mean, there are a few things. I would say Rob Zombie really likes to push the whole trope of characters in a horror film that are almost breaking fourth wall the entire time. By that, I mean not saying that just, relax, it's only a movie fourth wall. More or less, it's whenever anything scary is going on or out of the ordinary, there's always characters that are making fun of the situation. They're making levity and lighthearted, nature out of things like,
oh, hey, look at that. That's so creepy. That's so fucked up. Ah, we're gonna die.
Things like that. I mean, like, deep down they know they're probably going to die, but, hey, at least, if you're going to die, make a joke while you're at it. And I think with the characters of Jerry and Billy, making these jokes consistently definitely tends to take away that sense of dread within the film. Because we know that they're going to be in a really bad position. We know there's a possibility that they're going to die. However, when they're cracking jokes the whole time, it does tend to take away from the energy of the film itself. Granted, Rob Zombie is a very dark-natured human being that loves to poke fun at normal human life, especially in horror. I mean, with Halloween, that's dead giveaway. In this one, it was a little rough. But now it's time to talk about things that I like about this film. I mean, obviously, we gotta talk about the cast. Sid Haig is Captain Spaulding. I mean, that character is iconic. I mean, it's been iconic since it started in 2003, it's now 2021. For 18 years, that character is iconic, still will be. I see costumes for it at spirit shops and other Halloween stores all over. So you know what? And I guarantee, and as much as it's sad for Sid Haig being gone from the world now, his legacy will live on with Captain Spaulding. He is a horror icon in general. He was in a lot of other films, such as the remake of... I believe he was in the 90s remake of Night of the Living Dead, and he's been in countless other films. I mean, just go check out Wikipedia, IMDb, or Google search Sid Haig. You're going to see a long laundry list of films that he's been in. We also have another horror icon. We have Bill Moseley. We've talked about him before on Day One with Repo the Genetic Opera. As I mentioned earlier, Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Part 2. He plays Chop Top in that, and we're not going to talk about that anymore because we're talking about this. Rob Zombie's wife Sherry Moon is in this as a very bratty little character named Baby. We also have another horror icon. We have Karen Black from the Trilogy of Terror as Mama Firefly, and she does a very phenomenal job in this one too. But guess what? Oh yeah, I forgot as well. We also have Tom Towles in this as one of the police officers. I believe he was in the 90s remake of Night of the Living Dead. He was also in a film that was the very first review filmed on Dragonfire Entertainment for Shocktoberfest, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, also co-starring Michael Rooker from The Walking Dead. Of course, we have to talk about the 4 young people that get picked off. We have Rainn Wilson, that most people know very vividly from The Office. We also have Chris Hardwick. Oh wow, talk about a blast from the past now, but man, he's come a long way. We also have Aaron Daniels and Jennifer Jostin playing Mary and Denise. So, interesting cast. I mean, you've got some names that were pretty big, you've got some names that are mid-level at the time, and we also have some up-and-comers, and they've all come a very long way with their careers. Another thing that I was really interested and intrigued on were the cutscenes during the entire film that are very similar to like a snuff film, where you see images of the Firefly family characters talking about why do they kill people, and what would they do if this was going on, and a lot of psychotic laughing and whatnot. There are a lot of filters, a lot of black and white filters, a lot of sepia filters, making some visual distortions to the film, which I wouldn't say that I was annoyed by it. I would say it made me unnerved. It made me very uncomfortable, because that is definitely one of those fourth wall breaks that you don't know exactly what's going on, but at the same time, it does add more suspense to the film. Alright, now it's time to grade this film. Judging with everything that I mentioned about what I don't like, and with the things that I do like, I am going to be unbiased. I'm going to be fair. It's not a horrible movie. A lot of people say it's pretty bad. However, it has developed a cult following. I take that into consideration. So, I'm going to give this movie a solid B. There are some things that Rob Zombie could have finely tuned and tweaked within directing this film. However, I feel that with The Devil's Rejects, he made up for it in that film. So, him making up for it in Devil's Rejects, I'm going to bump that grade a little higher to a solid B. Because otherwise, if I was just going to say it was horrible, then why would I watch the other movies? So, there you go. Devil's Rejects, you saved your predecessor. Bless your heart for it. Bless your dark, demented heart. Well, we hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure that you leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs down if you disagree with some of the opinions I had on this review, because I know that this, like I said, this movie is a mixed bag. There are a lot of people that like it, and there are a lot of people that don't like it. So, regardless of how you are on the fence, hey, let me know in the comment section below what you felt about the movie. Also, make sure that you share on social media, but most importantly, push that little red button, and don't forget to ring the bell for instant notifications on Dragonfire Entertainment. 2 more movies left. Can you believe it? It's been a long ride, isn't it? Well, we hope to see you tomorrow for day 30 of Shocktoberfest 2021. Stay tuned and stay scared.